How's it going, people of YouTube? Your boy Slay is back with a new video, and I'm also here with my special guest, Arceus Rules. Say hi to the folks, Arceus.
Hey everyone, RC's Rules here. I'd like to say thanks to Slaya for having me join his stream. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. It's always enjoy to have you around, especially this time of year.
Yeah, thanks, man.
No problem, no problem. How's your first off? Before we get let's get some of the formalities out of the way. Two things. I hope you're having a great Christmas holiday and a very Merry Christmas to you. Secondly, what are we talking about today?
Well, I appreciate you wish me happy holidays, and I wish you the same. And I'm enjoying my break so far. And today, Slaya and I will actually be talking about the How to Train Your Dragon movie number 3 that will be coming out this February, 2019.
But to do that, we gotta first go back in time.
Yep, to the first 2 movies.
And ironically, I just saw those 2 movies the other day again, and they're both still fantastic.
They're fantastic movies, all right. I definitely agree with you.
Yes, they are. You want to kick us off there, Arceus, with a synopsis of either movie? How about you start with one? I'll do 2.
Yeah, well, How to Train Your Dragon, the first movie, from what I remember, you obviously got your main character Hiccup, which, in my opinion, I think is an extremely likable character, and it doesn't feel it doesn't feel like he's overpowered at times. It feels like he has to struggle in order to get to his goals, and
granted, that's not easy considering he's literally the run of the litter in a form of in a tribe of burly Vikings.
Yeah, and this place that they live in is called Berk, which is like a village.
It's a village in a chain of islands called an archipelago, Viking archipelago. So
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. And it's kind of like an island, like Slaya said, with dragons. Then they'll start. They were stealing all their livestock. It felt like it was causing all the citizens trouble, and they felt like they needed to do something about this.
And let's not forget they were at war for like 300 years with the Vikings. With dragons. I'm sorry. Wow. Can you imagine? Can you imagine 300-year civil war?
Oh gosh, I mean, a lot of destruction. Definitely a lot.
And a lot of taxes. And
yeah.
The country who did the 300-year war would be broke. Like France was at the 100-year war.
Definitely. And
the more you know. I wish I could just put a little rainbow star. Here's a star. Here's some salt. Throw some salt on that, so cover the moons up. But continue. I apologize for interrupting you. Continue, buddy.
Yeah, and it introduces to our main character named Hiccup, who's the son of one of the Vikings chiefs, and from what I remember, he was he was a little bit weak. He kind of had to start off from the very bottom and kind of work his way up to the top. And
let's not forget that a hideous name such as Hiccups is known to scare off gnomes and trolls.
Yeah. So it just felt like he was a joke to everyone.
Exactly. Even his own other teenagers, and especially his own cousin, Speaking of which, where was I at? I lost my train of thought about starting from the bottom. But anyways, God. Anyways, continue. Can you?
You see how you meet some of his I wouldn't say classmates, but like other kids that were his age, like Astrid, and you see how he kind of has to deal with some difficulties and how he didn't have a dragon
or he can't kill one,
yeah.
In the words of Gulliver, you can't lift a hammer, you can't swing an axe, you can't even throw one of these.
Yeah.
If you want to get out there and prove your mark, you got to stop being all this. But you just gestured to all of me. Yes, that's it. Stop being all you. And let's give a credit to Gobber, who gives very great encouragement speeches. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And you see how basically like I think Hiccup goes to a forest, right? And
Well,
he
first
sees
things first. He
yeah.
during the like literally first few minutes you're in there because there's a dragon raid on the village, you know, which kind of sets up the characters in a very great and badass way. Needed to say, like for example, let's start first off. Before we continue with this, I want to talk a little bit about Stoic first off.
Yeah.
That's the first characters we meet, the main characters,
Yeah.
and voiced great voiced amazingly by Gerard Butler. The fact that he's like, "What do we got?" And as they're getting little bit of fire caught on the show, is like,
Yep.
badass.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're right. He did go in a. He was Toothless was found in the forest, but he was shot down via Hiccups. I want to say, oh god, it's kind of like it's his ballista, his Bolo Ballista.
Yeah.
It's
interesting.
Yeah, because if you've seen the Rome Ballista, that's basically how it's kind of worked out. It's more of a Bolo Ballista, so it's very clever. He's an engineer by heart, so.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I'm not. It's been a while since I've seen the How to Train Your Dragon movies. I know you're more experienced, but still, from what I kind of remember, I mean, because this was like when I was little. I mean, dragons. You know, it just that I don't know. I was born in the year of the dragons, 2000. Yeah. I mean, it kind of.
So that makes you a Generation Z or X, whatever it is.
It's kind of in the like in the middle of like Y to millennials, I think somewhere.
I'm a millennial. You're probably X. So
yeah. So I mean,
X or Z, one or two. I don't know how it is. We don't judge people on this channel.
Yeah, but you know,
you're the most gayest person in the world, and we will not judge you. So.
Of course, every person should be respected. We definitely agree with that.
Their own, you know.
Yeah, and you know, dragons. You know, I've always loved watching a lot of cartoons. You know, dragons are just. You know, I remember even though I wasn't a good artist, I remember trying to like draw dragons and the wings. They look cool, breathing out fire and just.
It's funny. You drew dragons. I drew swords.
So basically, I you know decided, I saw this movie and I was like, okay, I definitely need to see it. This looks really interesting, and seeing how you guy has, as we stated before, Hiccup, just kind of out of like misfit, it felt like he didn't belong and trying to grow up.
Yeah, and trying to prove himself to his dad, which is very relatable,
Yeah,
how
definitely.
many times have we tried to prove ourselves to our parents by being something we're not?
Exactly. Yeah. And it can be relatable. And that's one thing you got to do with the audience. You got to try to make sure that the characters are relatable,
Now, I'm not going to deny that the pacing was slow, but it embraced it, because it got you into the world around it and introduced you to Burke and life on it. It could be tough, because Burke's place to give you frostbite on your spleen.
Yeah, I see what you mean there. And basically, you see how a lot of the plot, moments that happen in this story can become extremely, like you can feel extremely sad for the character, but you're also wanting to root for them. You
just see, if I remember correctly, am I correct in saying that you said Hiccup is a misfit?
Yeah, like, well, I mean,
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. He's more of an outcast because in like the first council meeting to try and to go to Helheim's Gate, or the Dragon Nest, they say all those who stay will have to look after Hiccup, and everyone raised their hands.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I apologize. Misfit. Yeah. I mean, what I was trying to mean meant to say with that is that it felt like like you said an outcaster. It felt like it just it felt like he didn't belong, or it just he didn't know how he could prove himself to belong where everyone is and try to prove himself.
Yeah. And let's get back on track a little bit. We found Hiccup did find Toothless in the forest, caught in the own bow that he shot with. Not only that, injured too. So
yeah, and you saw how the Night Fury, Toothless, you know, I think it was one of his wings were
tail fins.
Yeah.
But you're right about the wings, because Gobber says it's the wings and the tail you want to go after, because a down dragon is a dead dragon.
Yeah, and it
pretty messed up. So
yeah, and it's just really impressive seeing how this, like, it proved to Hiccup, he didn't need the most powerful dragon to prove himself to everyone.
He didn't need to kill the most powerful dragon. He just need to figure out what the heck's why is things the way they are. Because if you notice, like, because it wasn't until later that he learns that, because when he's actually in training, while the parents are away, he's wondering why the heck that dragon, that Gronko didn't kill me, or not kill him. That Toothless didn't kill him, because Gobber did say the dragon always goes for the kill, but it kind of baffled him.
Yeah. But I remember how, and I think Toothless's behavior, from Hiccup finding him, it was a little, I don't know, it was like
little petty, huh?
Yeah, and
curious by nature, so.
Yeah, and then you get introduced to Astrid, who kind of has a crush on Hiccup. I don't know if anyone in the chat ships them.
Go right ahead. Anyways, but yeah, speaking of that, I love how the fact that this whole movie is based on trying to understand another person. It's very, like I said, very relatable.
Yeah,
it's a shame that didn't get that much love in the box office.
Does.
But shoot, it literally became a classic following. So, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a cult following out of this.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But I guess overall you could say, the first movie was kind of Hiccup trying to find out, how, who
was identity in a sense, right?
Yeah. And and how his story kind of begun, and how just
let's first before we continue, I want to give a big shout out to the directors Dean DeBoer and then Chris Parker, whatever his name is, because they not only made one of the greatest franchises that there is, they came from working with Disney, and we all know how DreamWorks the former Disney worker, Jeff Katzenberg has bad blood with Disney.
Yeah.
But shout out to Dean DeBlois for not only giving us a great Lilo and Stitch, and now bringing us this. Which, to be honest, I think because they left Disney, they were able to have more creative freedom.
I like that. I really do.
Would you agree that people who work at DreamWorks have a little bit more creative freedom than at Disney?
I do, and I know we're not talking about this, but I think Pixar actually does as well.
Same here, because it's because Pixar is a subsidiary of Disney.
I mean, Pixar is not afraid to say no to Disney. And
wait! I just thought about this. I would love to see this. First off, two things I would love to see. I'd love to see a movie with Hans Zimmer as a musical composer, and the vocalists have Bryan Adams and Phil Collins.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be
done by DreamWorks and Pixar.
Oh my gosh!
Can you see that happening?
Dude, I could seriously see that happening. Yes.
Please, someone forward this idea, please. I would love DreamWorks and Disney, not DreamWorks and Disney, DreamWorks and Pixar collab and make and I think if this works, it'll be a marriage made in heaven.
Yep.
That way Pixar can say F you.
Yep. Yeah.
But anyways, back on track here a little bit. Like with even though we're kind of struggling with the first video, it's still a great video to go check out. And the flight animations are amazing.
Yeah, you can definitely see this wasn't like cheap CGI. You know, this was so much better.
Yeah, and you actually feel like you're flying. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
Yeah, and let's see, and we eventually find out. Spoiler alert! That the dragons were mostly defending themselves from being eaten by the queen.
Yep.
Wait. Could you say she's a killer queen?
Killer queen.
That is definitely a song by Queen. Great song, by the way. She's a killer queen. Don't worry about the monetization because I ain't got none.
Oh, okay, it's all right.
Screw monetization. That's what I say.
But yeah, I mean, How to Train Your Dragon is just a phenomenal movie, and I honestly can't wait for the third movie to come out. And should we start getting started with the second?
One more thing about Jared. Let's dive in real quick to the relationship because this is gonna be important in the future. Let's dive into the relationship of Hiccup and his father Stoic.
Oh yes, that is definitely yeah. We should talk about.
Yeah, we definitely should talk about because that's kind of like one of the core about the movie. Basically, proving it's not so much that what you do to prove your parents, it's how you prove it to them. If you prove that you can be yourself, they will accept you just as you are. You know, the first is basically saying,
yeah, don't be afraid.
Don't be not only afraid, but also be true to who you are. You know,
yeah, to yourself, yeah.
And that's why I love Gobber. That's why Gobber makes one of the best side characters ever. Because he's literally somewhat of a godfather or uncle figure, another male role model in his life, which is very amazing. You know, he's been his mentor his whole life, though.
I know he may seem like a wacky character, but yeah, I mean, you gotta think some of these wacky characters actually, you know, who they are and how they're expressed, like their personality. It actually is from something actually like you know, bigger, and you have to go deeper into find out like what made them like that, you know.
Exactly. And I love the fact that before they went Stoic went into battle, he basically disowned Hiccup, you know. And and you can see he immediately regretted those words because he almost fainted on the way out. So
yeah, I mean, man, there's just a lot of things this movie did right, and I love it.
It really did. And even though they took some detour away from the book, which I'm glad for, it still was like very close to the books, you know.
Yeah.
For the only two things they changed was they made Hiccup Toothless a Night Fury instead of a Terrible Terror, and Astrid was never there.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but then like let's get back. Let's continue towards the end of the first movie. Towards the end, Stoic actually saved Hiccup and Toothless in hopes that he can win the battle, turn the tide of the battle. And before he went up, he said he apologized to him. And I know CinemaSins thinks this is the worst time to do it. Like in my mind, like no, that's the proper time to do. Because think about they're in the middle of a freaking war zone. They could die like that, and they should not have anything left unsaid. You know.
Yeah, I see where you're going. Yeah.
The fact that he not only apologized to him and said he's proud to call him his son. Man, you could say that he still gave a little bit of humble pie once he got to that island.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. I mean, man, like I was saying, like this movie does a lot of things right that a lot of, you know, movies these days, it feels like a remake of something that was already popular for money. You can tell that these writers are actually sitting down and actually taking the time and thinking of a good plot.
And again, credit to DreamWorks getting their the directors more creative liberties, you know.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, we're going to touch on that in a second in the second movie. But yeah, this is really good, you know. I love the fact that that no matter what they do or say Hiccup's like when Gobber gave him a new foot, it's like
yeah.
turns out we needed more of this, a little more of this. You just I was like, well, most of you, that bit's my handiwork. With a little hiccup flare through and then go do. I might make a few tweaks.
Yeah.
He's always thinking of new things and new inventions. You know, wouldn't surprise me if he invented a dreadnought or flight for that matter. And in hindsight, he kind of did. You know, because of the wingsuit. Now, have you seen the series yet?
I remember when I was, growing up on Cartoon Network, I did remember watching Riders of Berk, Defenders of Berk, and I think only like the first season of the Racers.
Race to the Edge.
Race to the Edge, I think. Yeah, but I definitely remember the first 2 seasons, definitely on Cartoon Network, and I definitely.
To be honest, that was a good catch grab right there. If it wasn't for if it wasn't for the 8 seasons of TV shows in between 2 movies, this movie probably would have forgotten about.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Like you see a lot of movies, like they try to make a cartoon, or like they'll try to make a TV series out of it because the movie was extremely popular and it was for money and everything. But this series, it didn't feel like it was made for money. It felt like, it was progressing the story into the second movie, progressing the story to the third movie. It actually had a point. And
it built up every character we could think of and brought it into some new ones. The first 2 seasons, I think, had like 25 episodes. The last 6 seasons had 13 apiece. And even though oddly enough, the series never felt rushed.
Yeah.
Each character had their own like quirk and whatnot that made them and their own personalities. We find out later on that freaking Rough Nut and Tough Nut are actually freaking geniuses.
Yeah.
In their own way, it's like because Rough Nut's the female, I believe, and Tough Nut literally knows strategy,
Yeah, I can see where you're going there. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This movie was just really good.
First off, yeah, I agree with you. It's really good. Let's give a big hand to Fish Legs for being the walking, talking encyclopedia book.
Yep.
He gives nerds puts nerds on he gives the definition of nerd a whole new meaning. Or rather, if you sort of looked up nerd, it would have his picture. So.
Yeah, you can say that. Yep.
And by the way, I love the development with Snotlow because in the beginning he was a pretentious asshole.
Oh, yes. You could say that again.
I want to touch him with a 39-foot pole and take a seasick crocodile over him.
More or less. I mean, a lot of fans would probably agree.
All right. But yeah, that kind of wraps up the first movie, And by the way, first off, and to get into before I continue, I want to get to the Night Fear real quick, because this is where Hiccup's inventions literally shine through.
Oh, his inventions, yeah.
It's because he invented a freaking tail to allow him to fly, toothless to fly on his own.
Yeah, I mean, dude, a lot of people say that those kids, for example, like you got a lot of people who basically like maybe they're too scared, like, and I know this is just like an example, but they're a little bit scared to maybe like get the wrong answer in class, or like it feels like they have so much potential with their life, but they need a little push in order to be like extremely successful. But if it feels like no one's helping them out and just holding them back and they have to figure it out themselves, it feels like wasted potential, and that's why I feel like we need to look around us, look at other people and see how much we can help them in their own ways, to get those people out there and to create a name for themselves. And it feels like
I feel like you're talking about all the good old school teachers, that actually give a damn about their students. Let's get a big hand to great teachers everywhere.
Yeah.
Hold on. While we're on the topic, sorry for this little side tour. While we're on the topic of teachers, have you ever had a crush on a teacher growing up?
Um,
Sorry to
I
put you on the spot there.
can't think of anything on the top of my head. I may be wrong, but I
I
can't
only
think.
had two teachers, to be honest, that I had a crush for. It was my seventh grade math teacher, Miss Gidry, and everyone's favorite teacher, Miss Gigliani. By the way, whose now name is Palermo. So she married one of my other teachers. So they have beautiful little children. So, anyways, let's get back on topic. So, Archie, you mind if I kind of jumpstart
Yeah, of course, of course.
the season so the second movie?
Yeah, definitely, dude.
And speaking of which, before we continue, before I go into too much details or tangent on the second movie, first off, I love the series, the 8 seasons between the two movies. It definitely builds up the relationship between Hiccup and Astrid.
Hey, so I should mention that we got one of our first people in the chat, M.
Oh, good, M's here. Thank God.
The subject switched now.
I'm gonna give her a big old welcome. Glad she's here. I'm glad someone's here. You know.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, M. Perfect. I may be, with How to Train Your Dragon. It's been a while.
He forgot to watch the movies, so.
Well, yeah, I haven't watched them recently.
He watched Aquaman today, though. Apparently, he had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, and so if you what? Oh, actually, not that bad. I mean, I think the beginning was really, really slow. And don't worry, there won't be any spoilers for Aquaman here. I saw it today, and I think
nor Creed 2.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think it started off really slow, and I'm gonna say a little bit boring. But when
sounds like Batman v Superman.
A little bit. But when you got to because you're seeing all these characters, just and it's like, okay, we got you. Okay, we got you. They just kept introducing so many characters to this story, and we didn't know how the heck they were playing out. But later on, after you get
the plot's a little bit getting a little convoluted,
Yeah, I mean,
almost as bad as Justice League.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. I think it made up in the ending, though. The ending definitely, the action was at the top of its game, and it honestly reminded me of like Star Wars Underwater. But yeah.
But yeah, to be honest, it's Warner Brothers. When's the last time they ever made a good movie?
True.
But then again, they hadn't had a good movie since Twister.
Yeah, true. But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, any of you guys down in the chat, if I'm, if I'm, if I'm wrong about something, please don't, be worried to, correct me or anything. I mean, appreciate it.
She wanted to join the last time we was live stream, but she didn't get a chance to, so she made sure she was going to get this one.
Well, we appreciate it, Em, and thanks. We really appreciate it.
But anyways, there's a if you
true. You're so right about that, Em. But yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to How to Train Your Dragon 2, it's basically they do something that most movies don't do. They actually age up their characters 5 years. Now Hiccup's now 20 years old, and he has a new flight suit and armor, which is freaking looking badass, with his helmet with all spikes and whatnot. Anyways, I hear no spoiler, but I hear the next movies his suit's gonna be even more badass.
It's going to get really, really good. But yeah, Hiccup, wasn't he like 15 or?
He was 15. He was 15 in the first one. He's 20 in the second one.
Wow.
But remember, there's literally 8 seasons in between them. He's actually 15, 16 in the first 2 seasons. He's about 18 in the Race to the Edge.
I see. Yeah.
Which was still a freaking phenomenal job they did do.
Hey, it was good. It was a risk that they took, and honestly, I'm actually really glad, and it worked out great.
Swimmingly, But back to the plot at hand, the summary. Basically, it's basically war is upon them, Because of how do I put this? It's basically it's basically wars literally upon Burke coming. It's on the horizon for Burke. Because due to a madman,
Yeah.
and of course, like I said, I saw like a while back. I'm having trouble remembering.
That's all right. I
But
mean,
we find out more about more dragons and whatnot, and the fact that they'll be controlled. That it's not only the fact it's war, but it's the fact that it involved dragons. It's being
it was a little more about his mom and the ice cave and everything.
the whole other beast.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad for that little side story, with his mom and
Yeah.
how his mom
That's the
left.
plot. Yeah.
And to be honest, if it wasn't for his mother, Drago would probably have invaded Burke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, age changes in movies are so rare. Usually, movies are based off of books and other stuff, unless it's like Harry Potter, then you have to. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm glad that they actually aged them, like I said before.
And whew. So okay. Let's get okay. Basically, let just know that this Dragon Army being is creating a Dragon Army. Dragon Army is being should I say created or formed? There it is.
Yeah.
By a madman who believes he knows how to control the dragons. We later come to find out that this guy actually killed a lot of chiefs,
Yeah.
and Stoic was only the person to survive.
Yeah. It's not afraid to get dark and sad when I should probably say sad, but it's not afraid to get sad when it needs to be. And you don't find a lot of movies out there where they will keep the comedy and the distress level kind of even.
And speaking of that, let's get before because this is gonna be a massive part in it, and if you haven't seen it, it's a spoiler. But the relationship between Stoic and Hiccup, you can tell, is even stronger. And of course, Hiccup goes flying off. And by the way, another great flying scene with Hiccup and Toothless.
Really good.
Those scenes are always amazing flying scenes. But he basically just bolted because his dad was about to retire and declare him chief of the village.
And he didn't want to, right?
He did not want to at first. He basically had to he was thrust into it. But to be honest, I believe he's the kind of chief. I believe he's kind of the chief that's going to lead them into the future, and eventually, I believe one day unite the kingdom, unite Burke under one the archipelago under one banner. I don't want to.
Yeah.
And I love that this one. To be honest, this one also focuses on the advancements of Burke too. They now have a little work like industrial workshop and freaking They also have an aqueduct system.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see all the technological advancements they've made in like the past few years.
I guess. Hey, maybe you might want to respond to M's comment in the chat.
But yeah, you're right. But M, you're so right. They hardly change anything in age. Like now, Harry Potter is an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
Oh well, there's only one other one that's not that. There's only one other movie I can know for without a shadow of a doubt that they aged the character. And to be honest, I'm worried about the fourth movie. To be honest.
Yeah.
If you think you know where I'm going with in this one, Arceus?
I think so.
What? Okay. Quick pop quiz. What movie was I thinking about? What talk about?
You trying to think because you're trying they're trying to go off on another movie that wasn't really necessary, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I probably don't know.
This age up was necessary. And here's a hint. Lotso Hugging Bear.
Oh, wow. That's
That's
interesting.
that's
Actually,
the third movie.
that's interesting. Actually, I never thought about that.
That's the character. One of the characters there. So that's your hint.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, Toy Story.
There it is.
Duh.
Yeah, because in the third one, Andy's going to college. So.
That's true.
And the
Oh,
fact
yeah, because Toy Story 4 is,
I'm kind of worried about the fact that they got the original voice character for Andy is amazing.
They did, yeah.
But anyways,
Hey, I mean, I don't know. I know this is a How to Train Your Dragon stream, but
we've
Toy
fallen off the
Story.
rails.
I mean, Toy Story.
It's mostly been a movie stream, to be honest.
I mean, Toy Story 4.
I'm hesitant to see it.
I am, but who
I,
knows?
I'd rather see Toy Story 4 to see how that panned out than freaking Aladdin.
Oh yeah, all these wonderful movies.
But I heard Beauty and the Beast did pretty good.
I haven't seen it. I
It
honestly.
looks pretty good. Oh, since we're on that topic, I love how when it comes to like DreamWorks and some Disney movies, they're very discreet and then played off as a joke. Like for example, Paranorman and even How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Yep.
The one thing that when it comes to movies, show don't tell.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the fact that you have a gay character in your series.
Yeah.
Case in point, Gobber. This was a literal joke because they think it's him coming out the closet. It's like, see, this is the reason I never married. This and one other reason. And then then right on back to Paranorman, towards the end of the movie, he's like, you should tell me my boyfriend. He would love it, this movie.
Yeah, I can see where that's going. Yeah.
But the fact that they had made an openly gay character in freaking Beauty and the Beast is just aggravating. I'm like, make it be a joke, like when I don't know if it's a joke or just like be discreet with it,
Yeah.
That way it makes it funnier and we can make come to our own conclusions. Are they gay or not? Don't just come out openly and say it. Now, granted, I love the fact that the way they did it with How to Train Your Dragon 2 is because Dean DuBois is an openly gay character, is an openly gay person.
Let's see. I actually didn't know that.
I thought, yeah, but now you do. So, well, okay, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen How to Train Your Dragon 2, but I'm really excited for 3. Comes out in February, so I'm really glad they pushed it back to February because it would have been horrible if they put it in March.
It probably would have.
Speaking of DreamWorks, and Disney, do you feel that Disney has literally given up quality over quantity in terms of their movies? And they literally forfeited all their rights to be creatively sound?
Yeah. Man, it's a little bit sad.
It really is. Now, granted, to me, no, it's funny. Their real life, like their live action movies, have more creativity, mostly in the superhero realm, than the freaking animated ones.
I mean, I understand why they're making all these, remakes of all the successful movies back then.
I don't know why they did that. It's just,
it's going to give them money.
Look,
and you feel like the company is just caring more about money than what their viewers think.
Like selling out, if you ask me.
I don't know.
Selling out and shelling out. So,
I mean, it's like, hey, we've already made Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Aladdin, all these other wonderful princess movies. How about we just let's see. Oh, how about we just not write a story at all, okay? And then we take one of those.
Or better yet, hey, wait, it's like, guys, this is a pitch me. Like, hey guys, I got a brand new movie. It's very original and creative. There's the door. And he's like, let's be. Wait. It's like that cartoon. It's like, we need fresh ideas to get more money. Reboot the Renaissance. Disney Renaissance. More PG animations. There you go.
It's just
how about a originally creative idea? How about an original creative movie? He's like, throw him out the window. It's me on this chat taking a little bit of a depressing turn.
I don't know. I mean, it's just, back then, a lot of you, Crimson, and I were talking about, a little earlier last week about, some of the old TV shows and the cartoons and how they were really good, and it's just really sad that a lot of these, movies and TV series that were known that should have just stayed where they were, they shouldn't have revived, Teen Titans Go, or they shouldn't have done that. And I'm not trying to diss on any people who like these shows. Just from our generation, we had a lot of the classics, it felt so original. And all they're doing now,
they may come back with a new season, the forgotten, I think, fifth season
of the original Teen Titans. Yeah, that's what I heard, and that's good. But it's just, you need to, when a series is here, for example, Pokemon. I wanted to put One Piece in this, but I think it's actually not on this road, on the path yet. But Pokemon. Okay, yes, it's extremely popular, but you can definitely tell they're running out of ideas. And I used to be a big Pokemon maniac. I used to be like,
literally have a Pokemon that's an ice cream cone.
Yeah, I used to be like, who cares about Gen 5? I used to be a little kid being like, stop dissing all these, Pokemon and everything, they're not running out of ideas. I used to always felt like I was defending it, all the Pokemon.
I knew those running out of ideas. So then X, Y, and Z wrapped up, they were pretty much done.
I mean, honestly, recently when I saw Sun and Moon, and I played both those games. I played Moon, and then I played Ultra Sun. And by the way, just to have you guys save some money, just buy the Ultra version, because they're literally the exact same thing, honestly, with just some few twerks.
Wait. Time out.
It was.
Did you just admit that? Did you just say that they're the exact same game?
Basically, with the word Ultra.
Time out. You do realize that the whole Pokemon games is literally the same thing over and over again.
It's true. That's true.
But hey, you know what to say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it,
But you know how Black and White, they had Black and White 2, and it was literally a sequel to Black and White, which was so different. Sun and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it just...
Now,
it was almost the same story. You battled the same people. The only thing that was different was kind of the post game and maybe a new legendary transformation.
Yeah, but speaking of Pokemon, I can understand why they see what they did for Gold and Silver, because that was for the regular Game Boy. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, those are literally just remastered versions of.
But I loved Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I don't know why. I mean,
Heart Gold, so I have Gold.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but like I was saying, I mean, for Pokemon, it feels like you can. I mean, we all know that they're running out of ideas. Sooner or later,
let's not talk about Sun and Moon the series, because that show is garbage.
And if you don't believe me, I love Pokemon. I'm not as big of a fan as I was back then when I was a kid, but it's okay. All right. I don't have a lot of good reasons to diss on it, since it was definitely part of my childhood. But knowing that one of my favorite characters, and I know a lot of people disagree with me, I really did love Ash when I was a kid. I actually kind of admired him. That was pretty cool. How he was always really kind and always helping out other people, and felt like a good role model. But then you see him, first of all, not growing up. He's always 10. It just doesn't feel relatable anymore. It feels like he's getting just really stupid now. He wants to be the Pokemon Master. First of all, the Pokemon Company hasn't even announced how do you even become a Pokemon Master. So, and all he does is lose the league over and over again. And X and Y showed us how he got to the final two with a Greninja versus Charizard. Charizard, who is a fire type, and Greninja, Ash's Pokemon, who was a water type. With water being picked on fire.
Yeah, they were both in their Ultra Transformation, Mega Trans, whatever you want to call it.
I know, and he was at the top. Like, okay, all Ash needed to do, like, he wiped out 5 of Alon's Pokemon. All he needed to do, one more Pokemon, and he would have been the Kalos League champion. All he had to do was wipe out the Charizard. That's all he had to do. And he had Greninja left, which, you know, he had the type advantage. He should have obviously won. But, you know, the creators are like, no, we have to continue this series somehow. You know, we can't have a win, because what are you going to do? And I honestly disagree with this. If you made Ash win the Kalos League, if you made Ash win the Kalos League, you would have actually had a pretty good story for him going off to Alola and Sun and Moon, since they don't have a Pokemon League, and you can still continue the story without the Pokemon League, you know? But I don't know. I love Pokemon and all, but you can tell that over 1,000 episodes where he hasn't achieved his goal yet, he is still 10. It's the same exact things over and over again, catching them all and winning gym badges. And if you're part of Sun and Moon, you know, the Kahuna battles and everything. But, you know, it's good to, you know, it's just good to see how, you know, in How to Train Your Dragon, you know, the character grew up. He started at the lowest point possible, trying to gain respect to everyone. And, you know, like he wanted to show off his skills. And it's just good to see how a lot of series, you know, it doesn't feel like it's running on and on and on, and let's
not forget that How to Train Your Dragon does something that no other series does. They had the balls to kill off a main character.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that's the first time in a while that a animated movie made me cry. I still cry sometimes from Inside Out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. By the way, I think hey, Em, don't be afraid to ask some questions. If you got any questions for us in the chat, don't hesitate.
She's trying to find a Pokemon poster. How about does this work, Em? Does this work? There are 2 Pokemon posters.
And a Mew. Awesome.
And a Mew, yep.
Hey, wait. Speaking of movies, what was the best, in your opinion, the best Pokemon movie?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be honest. You know, a lot of the movies were great, but the most recent Pokemon movie that came out, Pokemon The Power of Us, was actually not a bad movie. And
what about Pokemon I Choose You? You ever seen that one yet? I didn't see that.
Pokemon I Choose You, I have not seen the whole movie. I've seen trailers.
I think it's the best so far. It's still the best. Is Pokemon the movie 2000.
Dude, if you like 2000, you're going to love the new Pokemon movie, Pokemon Power of Us.
A massive cop-out.
Yeah. I loved Power of Us because it featured Lugia and the new Pokemon Zeraora. But what I loved about The Power of Us was that, which is the new Pokemon movie, was that it focused on 6 individual characters, including Ash and all their problems. To make this very brief, you had the mayor's daughter who was stealing from some of the professors, like potions, to protect Zeraora. even though Zero was supposed to be a danger to this city. You had this uncle who was basically a liar to his niece, and all he wanted to do was basically feel like, hey, I can be a show off, and I won't have any consequences. But he's just a total liar, and you see later on the film that he gets exposed and that he has to deal with it. Third is this grandma who literally just despises Pokemon because one of hers died, basically, back then, and she has to deal with Pokemon following her because one of the professor's sweet scent potions fell on her. So, and the Pokemon are attracted to the scent.
Basically, what happened was, let's just get real. That was not sweet aroma. What it was, that was the straight up Pokemon pheromones.
I guess. And then you had this fifth character who was this shy scientist who needed to present his research to the whole world, basically saying how, like, he was like,
wait. M wanted the poster. Like, you're literally wearing a poster.
Yep. But yeah, I really did like this new Pokemon movie. I wouldn't really say it's my favorite, but just recently, it's definitely worth the watch, and I'm just glad. Like, I would definitely highly recommend it because it's just not all on Ash. It's actually about all these characters in, like, the society that you're focused on, and they become really likable, actually.
Another one I really enjoyed was okay. One sec. Hey, my favorite movies are so far that I really think enjoyable is the one with Lucario.
Yeah.
And the Pokemon Rangers Temple of the Sea.
I love the Lucario, the Mystery of Mew. Yeah.
It was not the Mystery of Mew. It was where there was Lucario trapped in a staff, and Ash thought, and it mistaked Ash for his former trainer. So. Yep.
I remember that. Yeah, I loved it. And then the tree dying and everything. Remember?
Pokemon Forever did do good.
Forever didn't do good. That's what made
that was a shitty movie. The fifth one was way better. Pokemon Heroes. That was a major kick in the pants for Pokemon. So, I really hate to leave you real quick, but I got. Hopefully we get some more people in. I'll be right back in a second. Talk to M for a little bit, and I'll be right back here.
All right. All right, everyone. So, back. It's me. So I had to take care of something real quickly. So, want to say to everyone that I really do appreciate you all tuning in, and if you have any questions to chat, you guys want to talk about thoughts and opinions on anything, let me know. Not afraid to answer anything. Always give my blunt answer. We got the American flag right there. We got the cross. Yeah.
I'm back, bitches.
Just messing with M over here.
Oh man, I got some good news. By the way, first off, did y'all enjoy my new my intro to my 12 Days Anime today?
12 Days Anime, really good, dude. You're doing real phenomenal with it.
Yeah, because I have this bad boy with me. I use this for today.
Oh, that's amazing.
Because Saiki does not speak normally. Like, he literally has to talk through his mind. Like, you know what? I have a recorder, so I'm going to use it. So,
yeah.
Probably one of the better ideas I've had.
Yeah, that's pretty genius, actually. I like that.
Hey, wait, you ain't the only one who has American flags.
Yeah, I know. America.
I also have Elvis right there, so.
Is that? Oh, she asked if that's Sony.
What?
The recorder. The recorder you had in your hand for Psyche K that you did.
It actually is Sony.
Yeah. Sony. Yep.
Reporter. He saw freaking Spider-Verse, I think. Did you see Spider-Verse or?
Spider-Verse was amazing.
There it is. I'm not no spoilers, please, or else I get
don't
salty. So
don't worry, don't worry.
I'll get some salt. So
I'm just gonna say it exceeded my expectations, and I loved it.
it kind of reminds me. That kind of reminds me of when I saw Guardians of the Galaxy for the first time. I didn't buy into the hype.
Yeah.
I went begrudgingly with because my friend kind of nagged me to go. Like, okay, I'll go check it out. But I was still dreading. I was like, this is gonna be a terrible movie. This is gonna be god awful. I should have realized it's Marvel. They're bound to surprise you. I was surprised by Winter Soldier and I love Civil War. I saw a bits and pieces of First Avenger, which, by the way, was the weakest of all the trilogy. So,
hey,
I want to see Guardians of the Galaxy. I had a blast.
Good.
It's my favorite character is Groot. You know, I am Groot.
I'm Groot.
I am Groot. And the fact that it was voiced by Vin Diesel, I think it was.
Someone
test me.
Yeah. Yandere? Is that who?
Who's all here? I would love to get some more people here. It sucks that we don't have enough. We only got like a couple people here. You know.
Hey, we still got
Hey, wait. Hey. Arceus, you still up?
Yeah.
Hey, after this, are you up for a roundtable episode?
Yeah, I'm good.
Get some Cards Against Humanity going on.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
I'm busy now. But anyways, no.
Hey, I did try sending the video link to some of my friends to join the stream, which is why we had like 5 or 6 people at the beginning, but I don't know what happened.
It's like our subscribers. You don't know where they go or where they come from.
Yep. Hey, since we got 3 people watching, so that's good.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
True. Hey, I mean, we also can't forget about Em. I mean, she's the star of the chat right now.
She has perfect attendance.
Basically,
like except for the last one, I'm giving an excuse on that one because of family and being busy. That's fine. It happens.
Yeah, I think she wants to see some round table.
Maybe If we ain't have anything else to say in this chat.
I'm hyped for the 3rd movie and honestly of How to Train Your Dragon, and I really do hope that our generation and the generations to come can go into making a lot of creative and original movies later on in the future and get back on track.
If I give you a camera, I plan to hold some auditions for a movie. You know,
I'm going into that. I'm going into the that road.
I love story. I'm more of a writer, you know, but I'm pretty good at cinematography. You know, I love the art of cinematography. You know. Yep. Because I worked the cameras in college for the media. So it was very hands on. You know, I learned a little bit about Premiere Pro.
Oh yeah, I use that.
I have yet to get the hang of it, but if I can find someone that does, that'd be perfect. Because during the Christmas time is where I get my best shots. You know, I start from the way on the right, I slowly panning over, but while zooming in. You know. Yeah. Slowly zooming in and get some good shots. I sometimes go from the bottom and slowly go up and work my way up or down. You know, I work all the angles. You know.
Oh wow!
Wait, hold on. Hey, Archie, want to hear something? A funny story about what happened in college?
What?
I almost broke a $5,000 camera.
Oh.
Here's how. Hey, I'm glad it happened. The day it happened, I'm glad it happened. Because it was a Wednesday night baptism service.
Yeah.
We were asked to film it, you know, for later date, you know, for recording. And the best part about me being in the media class is you can cheat on your notes.
Oh wow!
The entire service is literally right there in front of you in the audio room.
Oh my gosh!
And it was very low key in the back. If there was no one, if it wasn't needed, we just hang in the back and just relax, you know, take a nap if we want to.
She
There's a lot of bull sessions going on. I mean, like a lot of back and forth.
No,
it was
no.
awesome.
M says, "Oh man, roommate 17 is a cameraman. Damn rip."
Wait. Here's the funny story. Let me tell you the story. M, wait till you hear the full story. You're gonna love it. Here's what happened. It's a Wednesday night baptism service. I'm on camera too, which is my baby. I love camera too. She always works well with me. You know, she was somewhat finicky at times, but she loved me apparently. I must have been gentle with her. I guess because I was gentle.
Oh, so cringy, but somehow funny.
You're right, it is. But anyways, we had just installed it took like 20 hours. We almost did we did half a day, a week's job in like a day or two. We did 20 hours of work in 2 days, like one day, like a day or so. You know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 20 hours. Yeah, that's basically that's half the work week. But anyways, that was one. But anyways, what happened was we had yet to calibrate the stand to fit fit the camera probably because it was lighter. They used the over heavier camera, and it sucked.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat.
So and get this. Okay, this is gonna be funny as hell. Let me mute my mic.
The last thing she put.
Gentle.
M's hilarious.
She is. She surely is. But anyways, because we had yet to calibrate the stand to compensate for the lack of weight on the cameras. And by the way, need to mind these are 1080p 60 frames per second 4K cameras.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. I had to stand on these old wooden crates. We had to stand on before we got the podium and the chairs. We had to stand on these old wooden crates. You know, sometimes we lean back just to get comfy. You know, just to stand. Yeah. Well, this is what happened afterwards. Look, I went to go get comfortable. I went to go get comfortable by leaning back just slightly, and somehow the box came up from under me, kicking my legs forward and allowing me to kick the freaking the T camera, and all of a sudden it's going over. I ripped the freaking comms out, and I ended up landing on my neck.
Oh my god!
The only thing that was, and the funny is they see the whole thing in the back. In the back, they see all of a sudden see the service. All of a sudden, they see it going down, and the next thing you know, she saw past Paul's face. And wow. This is the first time I was excused from church because I was injured, you know. And but I only did $50 worth of damage. I busted the cap around the lens, and that's $50. That was replaceable. But here's the funny thing is, Brother Richard Gaspar, who was basically in charge until we had Mr. Marshall come in, who by the way is a great man. Because he said this because we had a comms that was labeled good. There was an order comms, and it was like that ain't good no more. Well, that label was a lie because what happened was when the comms ripped out, the whole board, like motherboard, came out with it.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, 2015 was a bad year. It was an interesting year, weird year for me because I've hit my neck or injured my neck at least 5 times that entire year.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, check this out. March, getting my wreck, get whiplash. 2. A few months later, I had I was working in New Orleans, and I had a brake check, and I a few moments before I had turned around and slammed my neck into the freaking. Twice I hurt my neck playing ultimate frisbee with
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, me and I think a teammate or team were trying to get the same. We were either on the same team, or we were on our opposing teams. But the fact that we both jumped up and got, see, I was going up to get it, and my buddy Quan literally went up to get it almost the same time. But he always blindsided me. At both times I landed on my neck. First time we kind of ran to each other. So second time he blindsided me. I'm like, really, Quan? Yeah, the second time I was like, really, Quan?
My gosh.
Fifth time was, the camera. And I think if I want to go a sixth time, it was when the basketball goal fell on my back.
Ugh. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so not a good year for me.
I'm so sorry to hear that, dude.
It's fine. It was just a little neck contusions. I'm fine. My neck's still good still.
That's good.
But yeah, that's hey, the word of the day today, gentle. Not if y'all look for anything, just know that's the word of the day today, gentle.
Yep, I love it.
Brought to you by the letter S.
Oh my gosh. Brought to you by Hentai.
Senpai, may she rest in peace. She's not gonna like that I said that, but I don't care.
Oh wait, what'd you say?
Hentai Senpai, may she rest in peace.
No, that's alright. It's not like she knows where your channel is.
Wouldn't surprise me if she did. Anyways, I actually would love to get a game of Cards Against Humanity going if we can get some more people.
Yeah.
Take some time.
Think M might join.
Take some, get some. I doubt she'd join. But I hope we can get Liberty and Crimson and just one more.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait. Hey, M. Hentai Haven is not down. It's back up. It was bought up by another person, so yeah. Like immediately, 2 hours later, so a couple hours later, it was back up. So, but anyways, yeah. Anyways, any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Not really. I mean, I'd like to do some roundtable, but I know we're waiting on some people.
First, we gotta go invite them. So we gotta go grab them. Bring them to the table. We gotta set the table.
Yes.
But anyways, thank you all for joining us in this glorious green room. If you ever feel like coming back, come on in. You're more than welcome.
Yep.
Thank you to my buddy Archie for joining me. It's always good having you.
Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
No problem. It's always a blast talking to you. And just imagine the shenanigans we get into if we weren't just talking about the screen. So we burn your place down. But anyways, until then, I'm Slayer.
And I'm Arceus.
Tune in tomorrow. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, stay salty out there.